Hello everyone, it's Aura, and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York. In our previous episode, we learned from our good friend Sophie that, apparently, the local anarch baron, Boss Callahan, and the prince of the Camarilla, Helene Panhard, have been fucking. They've been doing the dirty. And we're about to go expose them alongside Callahan's biggest political rival in the Anarch. Also, we got captured by the Second Inquisition, but were rescued by the Nosferatu Kaiser. That's basically what happened. And so we are about to go and confront Prince Panhard. Out of all the places in NYC where the Prince and the Baron could be meeting, it's Ellis Island. A landmark with a dark past. A museum on one hand, a dilapidating piece of history on the other. You leave the boat and make your way to the southern part of the island, paying no heed to the renovated tourist attractions on the northern side. You expected some resistance, a night guard, a helicopter flying overhead, or an NYPD patrol boat. Nothing. The island seems completely deserted. It's clear this sets Sophie on edge. She's moving as quietly and subtly as ever, but you can see she's eager to reach the particular house her intel pointed out. Torque is following suit, grimly determined, flashing his piercing gaze all around, still clearly uncertain that this isn't some kind of scheme. Finally, you see it. Light coming from a window in one of the buildings on the edge of the island. Also, I think Mia's with us. The three of you slowly creep near the building. Okay, I guess not. And take a look inside the window. There it is. Callahan, kneeling in front of the prince, sucking on Panhard's wrist. Both fully clothed. A small blessing. Yeah. Whew. Torque makes his move, and before Sophie could stop him, he busts through the building's doors. It happens very quickly. Torque grabs Callahan by the shoulders and throws him through the still open doors. Callahan hits the ground, hard. Torque appears on top of him and starts punching. "You fucker! You piece of shit! Stop!" The prince's voice takes hold for just long enough to have Torque relent, which the Baron uses to the fullest, by kicking Torque off and taking advantage of the situation by trying to bite in. "Prince, call off your lapdog." "Langley, what is the meaning of this?" The two anarchs break apart, both wounded, but none of them quite done yet. They look at one another with pure hatred. "Kill the bitch, Helene, but leave the fledgling to me. Right after I deal with this shit stain, I'm going to..." A shrill, unpleasant laughter fills the air. You know who it belongs to. Uh-oh. So entertaining, truly. This fucking guy. I don't trust him. I don't trust any vampire, but especially Arturo. It feels almost a shame to break up this spectacle, but alas... Thomas. Who the fuck is this joker? Ah, yes. I don't think we've met, though I do hear a lot about you, Mr. Torque. My name is Thomas Arturo, and I... Callahan uses this moment of uncertainty to strike. He's still too slow for Torque, who throws the boss into the lawn, and the two exchange blows again. Helene, if you'd be so kind and ask your friend not to hurt our guests too much. Callahan! Don't kill him! This time, Callahan comes out on top and grabs Torque in an iron hold. Your companion struggles, but can't quite break away. "I will not be denied, Helene. Not this time." "You will do as I command." "And she will do as I command her, Douglas, old boy." Wait. What? Is this some vinculum scenario? Like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I feel like I need to break up this little spectacle. It's been going on for much too long. You think you're so smart, Langley. You and your clique figured out that there was something fishy going on all your own. But you were always working with just a piece of the puzzle. Wasn't she, Lamar? Sophie looks at you, shocked and disappointed. What am I talking about, you ask? You! You, fledgling! You don't know? How could you? Only I knew. And your sire, of course. They're the one who agreed to embracing you, after some negotiations. You hear a scream and a curse. It's Callahan, whose arm has been nearly ripped off his body. Torque breaks out of the Baron's grasp, but doesn't continue the attack. Instead, he's at the edge of the water in the blink of an eye, and disappears into the Hudson. The only trace left of him is his fedora hat. Another actor going off script at the very end, eh? No matter. Let him bring us some amusement now that the production is almost wrapped up. He'll reach his allies. He'll tell everyone of this. Helene, if we naively assume his nights aren't numbered now that he's in the SI sights, this show must go on, one way or another. Won't hurt to encourage leaks and speculation. Sophie looks at you. How could you, Lamar? I saved you. What is going on here? Arturo chortles to himself. Langley, Langley, Langley. What happened to your self-esteem? You can't really think a simple neonate has outplayed you. Maybe this oblivious act is your way of groveling for mercy. Thomas, what? You thought that being an expert chess player would always be enough. You never realized that people at the top simply flip the chessboard over and punch you in the face whenever they don't like how the game is going. He motions to the remaining kindred. I'm lost. But the thing is, you weren't even adept at playing the game you knew. Lamar, just another pawn, placed on the board by my associate. You thought they were your piece and you took them in. But who gave you that idea? You returned to the night when you were judged by Prince PANHARD. The woman in red, Sophie. Somebody speaking to her. A man in glasses. The man standing before you now. This is cruel. We know what's going to happen. If only somebody spoke up for the poor child. But it could be a useful tool for the Camarilla. Terror creeps onto Sophie's face. Of course. Those are not the words you heard, were they? No. You were already grasping for some opportunity to further your scheme. I put the bait out, and you took it. Hook, line, and sinker. After that, it was a matter of time before you started using Lamar as your errand boy. He's quite as easy to track and monitor as a naive fledgling who's just learning the ropes. What is it that you want, Thomas? What do I want? Oh boy. The answer is so simple, but so hard to put into words. Unstable stability. Cutting-edge tales of thrills and intrigue that push it to the limit, and then return you to the tried and tested status quo. Gently. Infallibly. A system full of distracting, moving parts which simulate conflict so convincingly that the users never feel the need to direct their energy towards upsetting the system. achieving the eternal through the dispersal. Building a city that's like a ship of Theseus, constantly changing its parts, yet always maintaining the same purpose, serving the same goal at all times. A large-scale infrastructure that has something like an exhaust system for the spirit. Something that, disperses the toxicity around, instead of concentrating it in a single place. None of what you're saying makes the slightest bit of sense. Arturo's momentarily stopped in his tracks. He stares into the ceiling for a few seconds, before a sad grin appears on his face. Spoken like someone who's never had what it takes to make it in the big leagues. With a theatrical snap of the fingers, he gives his last sentence a sense of finality. Something's changed in the air. A shape of a woman slings behind Sophie's back. Goodbye, Sophie. A person appears behind Sophie. You can't believe your eyes. It's Adelaide Davis, holding garden shears in her hands. Sophie, I'm sorry. No! What the hell is happening? Okay, so if I understand this right... I'll wait until this night's over. I don't want to kill the pacing. You hear the shears click. Sophie's red hair conceals her face as her head falls, separated from her shoulders. Silence. Arturo's unpleasant laughter erupts right next to you. Oh, Lamar! Your career is moving at a breakneck pace, moving up and up and up. Let me congratulate you on your promotion. Are you going to kill me too? That was the plan. At some point, but I've had a change of heart since then. Helene, feel free to leave us and take the Baron with you. Thomas, I don't think you should... Shush. You're just being jealous. Adelaide, escort the prince and dear old Douglas, please. Sure thing, darling. You're left alone next to Sophie's body. You try not to look, but it's hard to ignore her lithe frame decomposing in front of your eyes. Congratulations! You've won this little game. Set out on a suicide mission and successfully brought down the power-hungry Wandambe tyrant. Even if it probably wasn't the way you imagined it. Her red dress is like a cloth thrown over a mummified corpse. Now, you're free to enjoy paradise again. Life after death. Immortality. Eternal youth. What they don't tell you is, of course, living in paradise is inherently sinful, but not everyone can partake. But you have time to learn how to live with sin, don't you? He takes a melancholic look at the city skyline surrounding him. The Statue of Liberty and the lights of Manhattan shimmering in the distance. You know, New York taught me to believe in fate. My own life began right here, and it began with utter despair. My first instinct was to drown myself in books, and keep reading and reading, until literature gave me the piece of wisdom I needed to go on. Personally, I find reading a silly hobby in retrospect. I always had this minuscule hope that the next sentence I'd read could finally bring me salvation. But it never did. It only gave me fuel for this elevated, righteous, intellectual suffering. But the more I read, the easier it was for me to boil every paragraph down to a power relationship. The characters' influence over each other, the writer trying to impress the reader, etc. The string everyone pulls started to look like strands that weave into the fabric of fate. And once I saw its beauty, I got teary-eyed. My architect instincts kicked into overdrive. I didn't have to submit to fate. All I had to do was cooperate with it, and wait for my time to shine. Give it my input wherever needed, until it trusted me to do more. Thomas steps over what's left of Sophie, wiping his glasses with an elegant cloth from his pocket. And it did. Fate let me look after this city. With my architect's tools, I started quietly shaping the streets and corridors, while Kaiser and his ilk shaped the information flow. And among many tools this process gave me, one of them was a way to reliably come up with useful agents like you. The methods I used were crude at times, but the root was there. All you had to do was follow it. Some people write rulebook passages. The others plan city arteries. In the end, the effect is the same. Someone always follows. He puts on the glasses and gives you a long, hard look. You know, I've grown fond of you. You did so well. But when that idiot Callahan tipped the Inquisition off, you still got out. I like that kind of resourcefulness. I could use that kind of resourcefulness. He uncovers his wrist. So, take my blood. Just enough so we could start off on the right foot. As a sign of good faith. A sign that you're ready to play in the big leagues. Ready to behold the sights I've prepared for you. What do you say, Lamar? What?! Excuse me? What? I got an achievement? What achievement did I get? Complete the game with any character. Okay. Jeez! That was... I didn't know the game was gonna end that soon. Damn! Damn! Alright, so... hold on. I'm still a little... So, from what I understand, the way that it kind of went is that basically he wanted to kill Langley, and he knew that she was going to be involved in some weird conspiracy bullshit. And so what he did was basically, he was like, oh, I can kill her if she gets more involved, so he gave her a pawn to act with, which was me. That's how I understand it. Good lord! Damn, well. Short episode, but that's it, I guess. We're done. Jeez. Damn, well. I'm sorry, I don't really have much to say. If I had known that we were... I'm sorry I made you guys wait another episode for this. I guess it's the finale. Well, I guess that's the end for Coteries of New York. What what a fucking awesome game. I just wish it was longer. I just wish there was more to play. Oh, fuck me. Well, that was great, though. That was great. Let me get my thoughts together. Whew. Brilliant game. Loved it. I do feel like there could have been a better explanation at the end, though maybe editing me, put up on screen if the explanation made more sense, because editing me is going to be less scatterbrained than recording me. Fuck, yeah, that was really good. I just wish it had gone on longer. Fuck, man. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Good game. Great art, wonderful characters, fantastic writing. Music kicked ass as always. Any complaints? Too short feels a little objective. I'm not a reviewer, I just want to give my final thoughts. Some of the, like, texture, or, like, the audio screw-ups, I feel like they could have been patched. Feels like feeding opportunities were a little few and far between. But yeah, that was great. I'm sad now. I'm sad it's over. But damn. Okay. I guess this is the end for Lamar and his adventures in New York. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget that there is a but for that. Please be sure to subscribe. I do Let's Plays on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. I don't know what's gonna replace this game for Monday and Wednesday, but you'll be finding out soon. And on Tuesday and Fridays, I play Unavowed. I also do podcasts about tabletop games, mostly about lore, called Lore Check, that goes up. I try to get at least one episode done a month, ideally twice a month. But yeah, those go up on Thursdays. Fuck. Well, I guess this is the end. If you want to, well, probably too late at this point, but my next game I play will be decided by my lovely patrons on Patreon. So go to patreon.com/LilyTheDoof to sign up for cool rewards. Like voting on what video topics I do, joining my Discord server, and even adding topics to my schedule directly. I'm just stunned. Okay. Alright. As always, my name is Lily. My name is Ara. Trans rights.